Alright, on the left you've got the Petronas Towers, on the right you've got the KL Tower. Beautiful, aren't they? And what you're about to watch is the long version of my last night here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, after staying here for 3 months. So in the video I talk a little bit about my apartment, I talk about SS2, which is where this apartment is, I talk about KL itself, what I've seen in the different places I've lived, I talk about Malaysia, Kuching, I show you some of the food, I show you the prices of the food, I show you some of the things that are around this part of town, and I speak about my experiences. So a lot happens. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you can forgive the audio and video quality. I'm doing my best, but it's a long video. If you want the short one, I'll put a link to that in the info box below, and I hope you enjoy. I will see you on the other side. Alright, JLB here on June 18, 2019. This is my last night in Malaysia this time around. So in this video what we're going to do is take a little look around SS2, which is where I've been for the last week, and I think it's a place that anyone who is slow travelling might enjoy. And I'll also do some reflecting on my time here in Malaysia. So it should be a fun video. Who knows where it's going to go, but hopefully you can get through it and enjoy my reflections on what's been an amazing 3 months here in Malaysia. Right now we're looking out from my apartment here in SS2, the hub, and I did a department tour for this place when I got here a week ago. So if you're interested in the apartment, go and check the video. I'll put a link in the info box below. And right now we're looking out across an old abandoned mall. That's the SS2 mall down there. And we're looking out across a place that they call Petaling Jaya, I think. Don't quote me on that. But KL is such a big city that they've got this little sub-city, I guess, to the west and the southwest, and that's where I am. So come with me, we're going to go for a walk. We're going to go for a walk around to SS2. The apartment's lights aren't on because I didn't want the reflection in the mirror, but let me just turn the lights on for you. There you go, that's my standing desk, so that's my laptop down there, but normally I'd have that set up here, and that's where I've been doing my work for the last week. Why is the toilet paper there? I've been using that as tissues. And there's a microphone. That's not my book, by the way. That book comes with the place. How do you like that? Oprah Winfrey Show, Reflections on American Legacy. Fantastic. All right. So yeah, like I said, if you want to know more about this room, check the info box below. But we're about to head out this door, and we're going to go for a little look around SS2, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So come with me. First thing I want to show you here at SS2 Hub is there's a really cool cafe right at the bottom of where I'm staying. And you'll have to forgive the audio quality, it's just a fairly ordinary camera that I'm using. But over there, and I don't want to zoom in too much, I don't want to get people on camera if they don't know they're on camera, but over there's a cafe called May. And their coffee's good, the seats are awesome to use, good Wi-Fi, everything you could want. And they do coffees for 10 ringgit during their happy hour, which is like half of the middle of the day. And the rest of the day it's like 12 ringgit. So you're looking at $3 US for a coffee there. And this is right at the bottom of the apartment complex that I'm in, right? So here at SS2 Hub, if you're looking for a place to slow travel in Malaysia or whatever, in KL, SS2 is really cool. I'm sure there's heaps of other places that are just as cool as this. I'm not saying this is the best, but I'm saying that of all the places I've stayed, if you've got a budget that is like above bootstrap, slightly above bootstrap, this is a good place to stay, because you've got restaurants and really cool cafes at the bottom, and good proximity to SS2, which is where we're heading right now. So let's go to SS2, the retail area or the hospitality area. That's where we're heading right now. At the moment, of course, like I said, we're just at the bottom of the SS2 hub. So I'll be back in just a moment, and we'll go for a little walk to SS2 food area. Alright, so I said forgive the audio quality before. You're also going to have to forgive the video quality as well, because it's about 7:45 here, and this camera really doesn't do low light very good, but it's not nearly as dark right now as it looks on your screen. So that's the apartment complex that I'm staying in right now. I'm up on the 20th floor. It has 42 floors. There's a pool at the top. Every chance this video is going to finish at that pool. But what we're doing is we're heading towards what I call the retail area of SS2. So it's like a planned city out here in, and again I think it's Petaling Jaya, but I always confuse two parts of this city, so don't quote me. But this part on the west and the southwest, it's apparently kind of like an organised city. So you've got SS1, SS2, SS3. I don't know how many S's there are. There could be 25 or 30 or something. And the SS stands for Seksyon, S-E-K-S-Y-O-N, which I guess is some kind of languages version of our word section. It seems that way. Could be a coincidence, I guess. But it's all fairly planned, and so what that means is that they've got these large eating and retail areas that are well, how would you say, they're kind of well planned out. So that's where we're walking, and it takes about 10 minutes, which at this time of day is no problem, until I discovered that cafe at the bottom of my hotel, at the bottom of my apartment. I didn't realise it was there. So what I'd been doing was walking all the way to the SS2 retail area. And 10 minutes in the middle of the day here is a long walk, let me tell you. Obviously lots of noise from the scooters. That's just a typical part of Southeast Asia. Not too bad here in KL compared to other cities. It's mostly car traffic in KL. I'm sure when I get to Ho Chi Minh tomorrow, the traffic noise from the scooters will be, from the bikes will be a lot more frustrating, but here it's no problem at all. So anyway, once again, like I said, it seems dark. It might even seem a bit creepy to you on the screen walking around like this, but it's not quite that dark in real life. Although it is getting darker as we head towards 8 p.m. So we come around the corner, and yeah, this is kind of like a reflection video. I might release like a really short version of this and a longer version, and so what I'm about to talk about will only be for the longer version, I guess. Those of you with more time to kill or longer attention spans or more interest in SS2, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, the digital nomad thing, if you're interested in any of that or all of that, then this is the video for you. So let's reflect. Yeah, 3 months. I can't believe it, man. I rocked up here 3 months ago, and it was kind of short notice coming to KL because I'd originally planned to stay in Thailand for an extra month, but I had a problem at the immigration office trying to get an extra month for my visa waiver. I had forgotten my little piece of paper that you get on the plane. And, you know, the guy I was speaking with at immigration, he wasn't too keen to go out of his way to assist me with that. Fair enough, my mistake. So next thing you know, I'm leaving Thailand a bit earlier than I planned, and it's off to Kuala Lumpur. And the original plan was, if I liked KL, I'd stay. If I didn't like it, I'd get a 3-month visa and head straight back to Thailand, was the original plan. And I liked Kuala Lumpur pretty much from the start, and I stayed in a few different places, just in hotels, and then I got some accommodation at the Ramada Hotel, the Ramada Suites, which is now known as the Do Essential Suites. And boy, have I got a story for you. I've got several stories for you about that, actually. But I ended up staying there 5 weeks. Then I went to Kuching, which is on the island of Borneo, so that's an hour or so by plane east, so not a huge distance, but a different landmass and slightly different culture over there. Spent 28 days there and then came back here for 1 week waiting for this plane flight for Ho Chi Minh City. So that's my story. Yeah, so 3 months, man. 3 months in Malaysia. 2 of those months in KL, 1 of those months in Kuching. I still haven't typed up and posted or recorded any reflections on my time in Kuching. I'll try and do that as soon as I get to Ho Chi Minh while the information's still all in my head. But long story short, really cool place, really nice people. It's got everything you could want as a long-term traveller, slow traveller, digital nomad. It's got good internet, cheap as food, transport. If you like a massage, the massages there are cheaper than I found when I was in Phuket, significantly cheaper. What else has it got? Gyms. It's got gyms. They're a bit expensive by Southeast Asian standards, but they do the job. So it's got everything you want except for other Westerners. There's tourists, but in terms of expats and long-term people like me, no, there's almost none, which for me is a bit frustrating. But that's just me. If you just want to get work done, or if you've got a partner with you, or you're traveling in a group, you're going to have a great time in Kuching. I highly recommend it. At least just for a month. Spent a month there. And don't make the mistake I made, which was staying out in city squares. There's nothing there. It's a complete... It's dead, man. It's kind of like eerie, not in a dangerous way, not in a unsafe way. You're safe as, man. All Malaysia's safe as far as I'm concerned. But it's just a weird feeling being in city squares, Kuching, man. It is dead. You spend 28 days there, you start to wonder if you're dead. It's like, man, have I crossed into the underworld here? What the fuck is going on? Pardon my language. I'll try and tone that down for this video. So yeah, so 1 month in Kuching, but let's focus on KL because that's where we are right now. And I spent a few days in the middle in Chinatown. Then I went and spent some time. What was next? Was it Setiawangsa I went to next? I think it was. And then I spent some time, yeah, the Ramada Suites, like I said. Then Kuching, now here in Petaling Jaya in Section 2, SS2 hub. So what have I found about Malaysia that I wasn't expecting? Well, a heap of things, man. A heap of things. Firstly, it's a lot more developed than I expected. And by that I mean it's a lot more Western. I mean, people lead normal lives here. They work normal jobs, they drive normal cars, they wear normal clothes, they've got all Western technology. It doesn't really feel Asian in a lot of ways, if I can put it like that. Now, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, that's for you to decide. Now, remember how I said it's pretty organised out here? All of the sections have several of these, right? Little parks. How cool is that? A little basketball court kind of thing, a little gazebo area, play area for the kids. I'm not zooming in, but hopefully you get the basic idea here. Perfect little park that every little neighbourhood should have. They've got heaps of, I can see like 3 or 4 of these just from the window of my apartment, looking out across the different sections. So that's a pretty cool thing, I think, personally. So where was I? Oh yeah, so it just doesn't feel that Asian. I mean, a lot of the places I've stayed in, Setiawangsa, no white guys out there. Here in Section 2, I don't think I've seen any Western guys out here. Maybe one at the cafe today. Was it yesterday? I saw one. Not many. So it feels Asian in the sense that you're surrounded by Asian looking people, but in terms of how they live their life, I didn't realise it was so similar to the Western world. Now you might say, oh well, you know, that's just because you haven't travelled enough, you know, you're a naive dude. Yeah, well that's kind of the point I'm making. I didn't know, didn't expect that. So that's one thing. So again, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Well, for me personally, it's a good thing. Okay, I'm not one of those people who hates the West. I don't hate technology. I don't hate technological progress. So the fact that this place is so seamlessly Western, for me, that's a good thing. But for you, if you're one of those people who wants a really authentic, old-fashioned, traditional Asian experience, KL's probably not going to do it for you, just quietly. All right, what next? What did I not expect? Well, I didn't know it was this cheap, honestly. I knew that Chiang Mai and other places like that are meant to be cheap, but KL, you can get by pretty cheap here. The place I'm staying in, I'm paying $200 of my money a week. And just looking at the screen now, it looks very dark. Guys, it's not that dark. This camera's, it's got its good points and its bad points. But anyway, we're going to get to a very light area soon, I promise you. It's not going to look this eerie. So where was I? Oh yeah, cheaper, yeah man. I'm staying in a pretty nice place, like with its own gym and pool, and that's costing me $200 a week. I reckon I could get, that's my money, that's $140 US. I reckon I could get that down to probably $600 or $700. And if they wouldn't come to the party with that price, I could find someone who would. So you can get a nice place in a decent part of town for what? 400, 500 US. Yeah, it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be a perfect place, but man, it's going to be a lot better than you'll get for the same money in any major city in any Western country. I'll give you the hot tip right now. So yeah, it's just been cheaper. The food's been great. I'm going to show you some food later on in this video. I'll go get some dinner and I'll show you the food that you can expect. And yeah, it's been pretty cool. So what we're about to do is cross major road here. It might get a little bit noisy, but you know what? Stuff it. Let's just keep it rolling. So we just cross the old road there. That's the way. Like I said, the roads here are way more Western than places like Ho Chi Minh or whatever. So you haven't got all the noise and bikes and stuff. It's pretty straightforward. You got drinks. That's another thing I didn't expect. I came to Malaysia knowing it was officially or ostensibly a Muslim country. Yeah, there's heaps of Muslims here, but they're not as Muslim as you would think, and they don't seem to care that the rest of the country isn't. The Chinese love to drink, the Indians love to drink. There's pubs everywhere, man, everywhere. And the alcohol's not as expensive as I thought. I'd heard, oh man, if you've been to Thailand, you're going to hate Malaysia because it's so expensive with alcohol. No, it's cheap as. In fact, I overindulged for the first month that I was here, and it kind of messed me up a little bit. That high-pitched noise in the background is an air conditioner, don't worry about that, or some kind of ventilation system, don't worry about that, that'll pass. And yeah, one of the things I noticed about this part of town when I got here a week ago, when I came out here for the first time, is it reminded me a lot of Blade Runner, because it was raining that night. And you know, in Blade Runner there's scenes where, you know, you can't really tell what city is in. It looks like it's Asian crossed with Western. And there's all neon lights and the rain's coming down. Well, this part of town reminds me of that. Let's have a look here. So here is Section 2's food and retail area. That's not its official name, of course, but you get the basic idea. So let's just zoom down, take a look at some of the stores you can expect. There you go. And on the other side, what have we got? Yeah, a whole heap of stores and that kind of thing. Great, fantastic stuff. You got a Starbucks over there, and there's a whole ton of cafes around here. Several of them have everything that I need. So for instance, I need the internet, I need power, you know, electricity. I need, hold on, we'll just wait for these people to pass. Yeah, I don't like recording people if I can avoid it. Yes, I need power, I need internet, I like a bench to work on, not those crappy seats that are bad for you ergonomically. I mean, look at that, bistro and pub, they've got a pool table in there, very nice. Family Mart, you'll find them all over Thailand and Malaysia apparently. And so sometimes it's difficult for me to find a cafe to work at. Here it's not. I found 3 in this one area that all fit the bill for me. They've got everything I need, which is awesome. And then of course, as I showed you earlier in this video, I also found a cafe that's even better than everything here, right at the bottom of my SS2 hub apartment complex. I mean, there's another cafe. Hey Lam Kopitiam. I think they also do a lot of food at that one. Yeah, you got massage places. The massages in this part of town, a bit more expensive than I would pay. I mean, let's have a look over here. Ooh, let's have a look. 45 ringgit for some kind of massage. That's about, I don't know, $10 US, $10 or $12 US. And yeah, so anyway, we're going to keep walking. I'm going to show you where the food is in the middle of this place to give you an idea of how much food you get for how much money if you're eating. You could kind of call it street food, but it's a mixture. It's a place that's not, they're not working from the street. It's like a solid, static location, but the food itself is very similar to street food. So I'm going to show you that in just a moment. We're almost there. And if I sound a little bit out of breath, it is, like, even though it's dark, it's still, it'd have to be close to 30 degrees Celsius. It'd have to be close to 90 Fahrenheit, and humidity is high. And maybe I'm not as fit as I should be, I don't know. I've been working on that though. Oh, so there you go, Buago Plus, that's another cafe. I mean, there's cafes all over this place, man. So if you're a digital nomad, or if you're a slow traveller, or you're someone who just likes to have a place to get out of the house, to go and sit at a laptop, plenty of options here in SS2, let me tell you. Now these things, the Durian King, they've got these stalls that specialise in selling durians. I'm sure most of you have heard of durians. They're the weird smelling fruit that is very popular in this part of the world. They've literally got 4 of these stores, okay? 4 of these in this one area, right? In fact, they've got 2 right next to each other. There's one there, and there's one there. Look at that. They love their durians, and these things are open all night. Like, the food area that we're going to get actual food pretty much closes by 10. You know, most of the stores are closed by 10. These durian things, you can come here at midnight and still get durians. People love it. They can't get enough of their durians. Absolutely love it. So what kind of other stores have we got? You've got a wellness and health centre, you've got a shoe store, you've got something else, I don't even know what the hell that is, sunglasses I think, Korean barbecue. Now let me tell you, pretty much one of the best places I found here. We won't bother walking down there. Coffee, that place is pretty sweet. You're looking at about 15 ringgit for a coffee, 10 to 15 ringgit depending on what you drink. So you're looking at $2 to $4 US for a coffee. So not as cheap as some parts of Southeast Asia, but still cheap as, lovely decor. The coffee's good quality. The service at Coffee is good as well. Absolutely cannot complain. What else have we got? We've got a pharmacy, we've got restaurants. There's a gym here. There's 2 gyms here. One wanted 20 ringgit for a day pass. So what's that? $5 US for a day pass. I walked just up the street, 10 ringgit for a day pass. They didn't have air conditioning, but you know what? Sometimes it's good to sweat it out. So 10 ringgit for a day, that's $2 for a day pass, man. And that was a full kitted gym. You've got your squat racks, you've got your benches, you've got thousands of kilos of weights to to use. You're not all, like, not everyone is fighting for the weight plates. There's tons to go around. Look, here's another bloody durian store. They love them. Absolutely love them. I'm not going to zoom in on the people. I try not to do that, but I promise you they're eating durians. It's not like the durians aren't just for show. That's literally what all these people are there for. They're just there to eat durians, man. They love them. Absolutely love them. Let's see. Oh yeah, Cube Darts Cafe. Darts cafes are pretty popular here. There's 2 in this one area alone. Another wellness centre. There's Alex's gym. I met Alex. He seems like a cool dude, but like I said, he wanted 20 ringgit, and I was like, well, I know for a fact I can get it half price, so I'll go down the road. That's what I did. What are we passing here? Some kind of Chinese store. Very nice. All right. People walking around. It's a popular area, but it's never, in the week that I've been here, it hasn't been hustling and bustling. It's just been pretty casual. Now I promise you, we are walking towards the food. And once we get there, I can sit down, get some food, show you the food. But let's keep on looking at what's around here. Jay, I bet you told us it's like Blade Runner. Yeah, well, when it's raining it is, because that's when all the fluoro green and red and blue sort of stands out and gets a bit misty, and it's like Blade Runner style. If you're a young person watching this, because you typed in digital nomad, and now you're watching this video log by a 31-year-old dude, you're probably thinking, Blade Runner? What's this motherfucker talking about? Cool film, yeah, Harrison Ford. Really cool little twist at the end of the film, and then when you watch it a second time, it's a whole new film because of the twist. There's another bloody durian store, mate. I told you. Did I say there's 4 of them? No, I underestimated. We've gone past 4 already, and we've only gone through half of this area. It's crazy. JLB, have you had a durian? No, I haven't, but I get the idea with them. I mean, I think I do. They smell funny, but they taste good. I get it. All right, so you've got McDonald's over here on the corner. That's your SS2 McDonald's. Very nice. The gym that I was talking about, it's just down here. Can we see the thing? Can we see it? Can I find it? Can I zoom in and see the bloody thing? Maybe I can't. Trust me, there's a gym just down there. 10 ringgit, $2 US. Pop in and you'll be sweet. So let's carry on then. Try not to record the innocent people just walking around. There we go. All the cute little kids. Little Asian kids, they're always cute, aren't they? I guess you could argue all little kids are all cute, but something about the Asians. Very cute little kids. Anyway, where are we? Another bloody durian store. What's that, 5? Goodness gracious me. So you got another coffee and tea place. And what else have you got? All kinds of retail places. You get the idea. You get the general idea. There's more durians. People just love their durians, man. Absolutely love their durians. Goodness gracious me. Now we're going to keep going until we get to the food area. And we're almost there, I promise you. And then I'll start a new video once I've... You know what, we might just walk through. Fuck it. We might just walk through with the camera. And you can see what it looks like. Now I have to stress, what we're about to look at is kind of like street food. So this is not even middle market, and it's definitely not upmarket. This is the cheaper food, okay? This is the cheaper food. So let's take a look at this. Selera Malam, don't know what that means. SS2. I'll try not to record the lovely people, but I don't think they care. They won't even know I'm recording if I do this properly. Watch this. I don't know why all the stores are closed. What day is it today? Tuesday. Okay, well maybe there's a reason. I don't know. Well, normally these are open, alright? Trust me. I was here last night, these were all open. I don't know why they're all closed. Normally this is hustling and bustling in this part of town. Not right now. I've got no idea why. Trust me, it's normally way more busy than this. I've got no idea what's going on. That's alright, down here it's still busy. That's where we're going to go. Alrighty. Oh, hello, hello. Long kitchen. This looks alright. What do we got here? Oh, very nice, very nice, very nice. I think we found what we're looking for. I'll be back in just a minute. Actually, no. I'll show you the rest of the store so you get an idea of what else is out there. That's what we'll do. Alrighty. So you see that all these little mini stores all run by individual people, you see? And they've all got their... So the last battery ran out while I was recording. I'm just in queue to get some food. Here are some sweets. There's a dude making some music, having a great time, alright. And we're just waiting to get some food. So you get the idea. I'll be back in just a second. Alright, now I want you to guess how much you think this costs. We've got some... I don't know what that is, probably pork, I'll find out. Some kind of vegetable thing, some rice in the middle, some more green veggies, some kind of egg thing, and a fried piece of chicken, which I'm not proud of, but I only bought that so as to give you an idea of how much things cost. I normally would never eat fried chicken, no way. Alright, so how much do you think this would cost? Come on, take your best guess. What do you reckon? Come on. What do you reckon? How much do you think this cost me at a place like this? You tell me. Do I hear $7 US? Do I hear $7 US? No, less than $7 US. Do I hear $6 US? Nope, less than $6 US. What about $5 US? Do I hear 5? 5 going once, going twice? Nope, less than $5 US. This costs 15 ringgit. 15 ringgit, which is about $4 US. Okay, it's about 5 Aussie, about 370 is what this costs. Now, if you wanted to, you could get way more vegetables and way less meat. If you wanted to, you could get more meat and less vegetables. That piece of chicken alone would have been 5 ringgit. This would have been 10 without that piece of chicken. Okay, 10 ringgit, which would be 2. This would be $2 US without that piece of chicken. And let me remind you, we are in SS2. This is not a shitty little outback town. This is not far from the city. And this is a developed part of town, and that's what you can get. So I'm going to eat this, and then we're going to go for another walk. I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, so we're just leaving the food area now. I finished my meal, and I found out why this half is all empty. Today's Tuesday, and they have this thing where they cycle the Tuesday-Thursday. Half of this place is closed on Tuesdays, half is closed on Thursdays. So today's the day off for the stores on this half of the place. So that's what someone told me here, okay? So, and that makes perfect sense to me because they deserve at least one day off. But if they all took the same day off, then you'd have a whole bunch of hungry people. Doesn't make sense. So they just cycle who gets the days off. So that's why this particular place, where are we? Selira Malam SS2. That's why it doesn't seem as busy as it has while I've been here. Normally, there's a reason for it. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to finish off my reflections while we're in this area, rather than on the walk home. Because the walk home will just be dark, it'll seem creepy. Even though it's not, and you're totally safe. So I'm going to try and finish my reflections in the next few minutes, and then I'll record once we get back home at the rooftop. I'll do some recording at the rooftop. So what was I saying before we hit this area? Well, I was saying that I wasn't expecting it to be so developed and so western, and I wasn't expecting it to be so cheap. That meal that we just had, or that you just saw me having, was 15 ringgit, and that's including the piece of fried chicken. So that'd normally be 10 or 11 ringgit, which is $2 US, okay? And again, we're not in some poor area of KL. This is just a normal area. In fact, SS2 is apparently, from what people have told me, middle class. So you've got your playing area there. Remember, again, we're in the middle of the SS2, what I call the retail area, in this planned section. So they've got their basketball area there, and then they've got kids' playgrounds and all kinds of things. That's like a park area in the middle, surrounded by food stalls and of course durian stalls. They love their bloody durians. And then on the outside you've got all kinds of stores. You've got food, pet stores, you've got gyms, you've got Infinity Spa, you've got 7-Elevens, KKs, you've got higher end restaurants, which I really should have gone to one of them while I've been here. I can afford to go to middle tier restaurants. I don't know why I didn't actually in hindsight. Time just gets away from you, man. Honestly, this whole trip, even just recording this video, I should have done this yesterday. I should be at home right now just sitting on the couch watching a movie or something, you know what I mean? Should already have this video recorded, edited, uploaded. But anyway, enough of that. So you get the idea, it's kind of like a block, and on the outside of the block you've got the stores, inside you've got the park and the food, and again I have to stress, this is SS2, which is just to the west of the city. You're looking at about a 15 ringgit Uber, or Grab as they call them here. 15 to 20. I paid 14 earlier today. So we're talking 3, 4, maybe $5 US to get from here to the middle, to the dead center of Kuala Lumpur. Right? $5 US tops to get from where I am right now into the middle of Kuala Lumpur. Now the traffic is always like this. It's just this particular area. These people all want to get from this shopping area, and there's more food for you as well, by the way. They want to get from here out onto the roads and get back home or whatever. So it might look like a lot of traffic here, but this is more like, you know, leaving any large shopping centre, I guess, at peak time. But typically the traffic isn't that bad in this part of town from what I've observed and when I've been in the Grabs. So now we're slowly making our way back to my SS2 Hub apartment complex. In fact, I think we can see it from where I'm walking right now. I might even see if we can zoom in on it to give an idea of the distance, the walking distance. Let me just get a spot that's safe from the cars. Is that my place up there? Hold on, let's do some zooming in. Let's go and take a look. I reckon that's my place. You can't really tell here, but those Yeah, I can tell. Like, I think I can tell. I reckon that's my place. I reckon that's the SS2 hub. So that gives you an idea of the distance. It's about 10 minutes walk in the day. Doesn't sound like much, but man, the heat in this part of the world, it will sap you of energy like nobody's business. And I got sunburned yesterday, which I'm not very happy about, because I've got a very pointy nose. So when my nose gets sunburned, it really stands out. Not happy about that. Umbrellas, man. I didn't get an umbrella, so that's my mistake. So anyway, let's carry on with our little trip then. Yeah, you'll see families walking around. I think I did see one whitey in the food area before. I'm not sure if I got him on camera. But apart from me and him, this is all Malaysia, man. This is all Malay people, Chinese people, Indian people. I'm not going to see many whiteys out in this part of town, despite the fact that we are not that far from the middle of Kuala Lumpur. So what else was I saying? Oh yeah, so more developed than I expected, cheaper than I expected. The people are more relaxed than I expected. Yeah, I've been in Malaysia for 3 months. I've seen one guy get angry, and it was at one of his colleagues. He lost his shit. This was at a high-end apartment complex actually, where I was staying for 2 days. I saw one guy lose his shit, and that happens from time to time. We all get angry, I guess. But apart from him, I haven't seen any anger. Haven't seen any threats. There's some honking going on. That's not typical. Okay, don't think that's. I know it's typical in other parts of Asia, but not here. Not here. The honking not so normal here. Maybe they're honking at me. I don't think so. If that's what you're thinking at home, trust me, they're not. Don't know who they're honking at, but it's not me. Trust me. Then again, maybe it is. Who knows? All right. So where was I? Oh yeah, things I like about this place that I didn't expect. More developed than I expected. Cheaper than I expected. People more relaxed than I expected. We're getting a bit of a breeze. Sorry if there's some wind chop in the audio here. Here at nomadskeptic.com. Let's see what else is there. Yeah. What else did I not expect? Those are the main things, really. I was very naive coming here. Didn't realise it was developed. Didn't realise it was cheap. Didn't realise people were so chilled out. They don't care about someone being a Westerner. Like, they're indifferent to it. They're not going out of their way to come say hello, but they're also not turning their nose at you. They just don't care. You could be a ghost here and they wouldn't know the difference. They're all minding their own business. Some people might find that a bit strange. Personally, I love that. I love it that no one gives a shit. They don't care that I'm here in a good way or a bad way. That's pretty cool. And yeah, the English, what are things that I was expecting that are a bit worse than I expected? I thought the English would be better. Many people here can speak very good English, don't get me wrong, but a lot of people's English is non-existent, especially among the Indians. A lot of them are completely hopeless, don't know why. And yet, despite that, some of the Indians I spoke to spoke the best English, so I'm not really sure what's going on there. What we might do is, because I want to keep recording in the light, I might just go for a walk. I'm now on the outside of the retail area, so I'm walking away from my place, but there's a lot of stores here and there's light and there's hopefully not too much noise, so it'll give me a chance to get a bit more thoughts out there. Yeah, the English, yeah, the young people can speak English. The dude who I spoke to when I was waiting to get my food before, he spoke excellent English. Apparently he's an architect. He was cool. And so plenty of them speak really good English, especially the young people, but a lot of the like middle-aged and older people don't speak English, or they speak it very poorly for some reason. I don't know why. Any other bad things I wasn't expecting? Not that I can think of, man. Not that I can think of. I came here with not many expectations, and in a lot of ways it was better than I expected. So that's all I can think of right now. When I sit down and write out a blog post, I'm sure I'll come up with more. But while I'm walking around, that's pretty much all I've got for you. So I've gone over the good things, the bad things. I've shown you SS2. I spoke a little bit about Kuching. What else? You know what? I reckon that's just about it. That's all I have to say for now. What I'll do is I'll record once we get back home. I'll go up to the top of the apartment complex. I'll jump in the pool, and before I jump in the pool, I'll record something for you guys, and we'll wrap up my time here in Malaysia. It's been an amazing time. It really has. The 3 months have gone so quick. Yeah, the brew house. Now, I wish I could tell you if these places are good. I can't, because I've been trying not to drink while I've been here. But typically you're looking at, I don't know, 15 to 20 ringgit for a beer. So you're looking at $4 to $5 US for one of those nicer places like the brew house. That looks like a nice place. You're paying $5 US for a beer there. They do special deals though, so I mean, yeah, it's more expensive than Thailand, sure, but still not that expensive. Not for an Australian, man. The amount that we pay for alcohol in Australia is outrageous. But that'll do us, man, so you get an idea. This is the outside of SS2. You're on the inside before. what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross it. Oh, one more thing I wanted to tell you about. This whole area, SS2, there are a ton of these bridal stores. Am I anywhere near one right now? Okay, I decided to tell you about it when I'm not near one. Trust me, I'll show you one. We'll go for a bit of a walk. On the other side of this place, and on this road as well, you'll see in a moment, all of these bridal stores, man. Sometimes you'll see 3 in a row. Bridal stores, places that sell the dresses and I guess do the photos for before or after, or I don't know what the hell they do. But yeah, bridal area. Now, I found this so amusing. I was talking about it with a group of Malaysians who I was hanging out with the other day, and they're like, oh yeah, SS2. And I'm like, yeah, well, what about it? They couldn't explain to me why SS2 is full of bridal stores, but if I'm connecting the dots here, what I think is going on is SS2 is kind of like a yuppie area in a way, like young urban professionals. They've done their degree, they've gotten a nice job, now they're getting nice apartments, they're going out, eating nice food. Like, it's not upper class, it's still middle class, but there's a huge youth or a younger demographic to this area. And of course, what do people do? Well, they get their degree, they go and get a job, they get an apartment, they get a girlfriend or a boyfriend, they move in together, and now it's time to get married, of course. So I think that's why SS2 is full of bridal stores. And before I wrap up this part of the video, we're going to find one. Now, the people here love this store. Every time I walk past it, they love it. Xing Fu Tang, some kind of bubble drink. I know there's bubble drinks in all parts of Asia. I don't know where they originally came from, but people love that particular store. It's always packed. I really should get one, actually. If I'm going to leave this country, why not get one right now? Do you reckon I should? Do you want me to? Should JLB go and get a Xing Fu Tang drink right now? Oh, I'm tempted. I'm tempted. Fuck it, let's do it. I'll see you in just a moment. Let's go and get ourselves a Xing Fu Tang. Okay, so I got myself one of these milks. Let's zoom in on that sign over there, that's the way. Xing Fu Tang, alright, so I got myself one of their flagship drinks here, and I've just put it on a witch's hat so you can see it. Haven't put the straw in yet. Now, I did record a couple of seconds of what was going on in there. Don't know if you caught that. I might not even include it. I don't like to record people generally, you know, just something I try not to do, but maybe you did catch the 2 seconds I recorded in there. Man, they were blowtorching this thing. They were blowtorching it. They had like a butane blowtorch. They were blowtorching it while it was in the plastic. What the fuck? So it's basically just a whole heap of sugar. This is, man, they were all ordering the same thing too. They were all ordering this, the flagship project. There you go, that's the way. Ooh. Cutie 3.14. Driving a car. Alrighty, let's get back to what I was saying. Oh yeah, so, mate, everyone was getting these. This is the ones they were getting at Xing Fu Tang. And so I'm about to drink what they're all drinking. And Dad said, mate, it's just a whole heap of what looks like condensed sugar, like sugar, what do you call that, liquid sugar? You know what I'm trying to say. Words are escaping me. Anyway, it's a whole bunch of that, then milk, then chocolate on top of that, and then a bloody butane torch all over it, mate, while it's in the plastic. So I don't know what's going to kill me first, the sugar overdose or the bloody plastic, or the butane for that matter. But anyway, enough of all of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drink, oh, here we go. Here's one of those bridal stores I was telling you about. Now, I did tell you there's heaps of them, and there are on the street just down there, trust me. But here's one here, Kasama Bridal Gallery. Now look, bridal galleries, you'll find these all over the world, I'm sure. But here in SS2, there's a ton of them, sometimes 3. Here we go, here's another one. Yeah, and this isn't even where they're most densely placed. They're all down that street just down there. Look at this, they've got 2 bloody bridal galleries right next to each other. In fact, I think that one over there might be as well. Can you see any bridal stuff up there? I don't know. There's also lots of, what would you say, luxury sofas and that kind of thing. What do you call that? What am I trying to say? You know, furniture, that's what I'm looking for. Lots of luxury furniture as well in this part of town. What is this? Is this a luxury? Another bloody bridal store, is it? Goodness gracious me. Yeah, so I think what's going on is, this part of town, the bridal stores are so popular because people are getting their degrees, getting their jobs, getting their girly friends and their boyfriends and moving in together and making a sexy time and getting married and having the kids, and you get it. I think that's what's going on. So anyway, I'm going to drink this as I walk home. Hopefully I make it in one piece. And actually, you know, I'm tempted to wait until I get home, actually. Drink this at the top of my 42 floor Airbnb. What do you reckon? See if I can... Oh, I'm gonna have a sip. Gotta have a sip, don't I? Yeah, I've gotta have a sip. Oh, do I? Maybe I can wait. Anyway, enough bad-assing about. I'll see you guys in a few minutes at the top of the SS2 hub, and we'll chat more there. Just the two of us. Baby, together we can try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Yeah, I know I said I was going to try and save the drink until I got home, but man, this is delicious stuff. Xing Fu Tang. Yeah, look, there's another of these bridal stores I'm telling you about. They are all over the joint, mate. All over it. But Xing Fu Tang, decent little drink this. Very nice. Literally 2 doors down from the place where I sang my little song, which was just down there. And here's another one. Isabel, Exquisite Wedding. Now, what doesn't make sense to me is they've got all these wedding stores around here. Where's all the divorce courts? Where are they all? Where's all the divorce stores, divorce lawyers, you know? James and Jenkins, attorneys at law, divorce lawyers. Where are they all? It seems like there's a lopsided market here. Well, it's ended where it had to end, I guess. Sitting here in a jacuzzi, looking at the Twin Towers of Malaysia. And what a 3 months this has been. By the way, that drink I got on the way home, sensational. So I'm sitting here in my little jacuzzi and the bubbles were going before, and as soon as I stopped I thought better record this before I forget. So we're going to wrap up the video. Hope you enjoyed my last night here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia on the 18th of June 2019. Boy, I've had a blast here in Malaysia. I've got so much I want to say, but I really feel like if I try and say anything I won't do the rest justice. So what I'll do is I'll put a link in the info box below to any posts that I write in the next few days about my time in Malaysia and KL specifically, and I'll also put a link to the apartment tour of the room that I was in today, and any other relevant information that you might find worthwhile you will find there on the info box of this video or at nomadskeptic.com. Like I said, I've got so much I want to say. I'd love to reflect, but I kind of feel like this isn't the time or place to do it. I'd rather just sit here and chill in the jacuzzi and think about things. That's what I do. So thank you for watching, and until next time, you guys, take care of yourselves.